All right, we've already delved into item number, whatever that is, to discuss and take action on resolving and tie vote issue arising out of the hospital board election of May 10th, 2014, RE 1 year versus 2 year terms. I asked for that to be placed on here because we've had people in the community asking about that. It needs to be dealt with. It doesn't need to be put off. And it does not need to be put off until we, quote, get another attorney. If that's what happens, it needs to be dealt with. And the election code says that you cast lots. You can flip a coin, you can draw straws or whatever.
Now,
that needs to be dealt with.
Now, could anybody that won the majority volunteer to take a 1 year term and solve the problem? Or does it have to be two individuals at a time?
No, we just need to get ruling on this and move forward because, you know, I think
I'll make a motion to,
I think Ron's in a rush for us to resolve this. And I think if we just take our time to figure it all out, then we'll find out what the right ruling is.
I'll make a motion to flip a coin tonight and solve this problem.
Well, hang on. I'm ready for this to come to a head. I'm sick of this. I think issues like this are keeping us from moving forward with the hospital business. If it would be acceptable with the board, I will volunteer to take a 1 year term instead of Eugene or Paul.
I think that
The tie isn't between you.
we need to resolve this
That's
with
not in
legal
the
process and deal with it that way.
I'm not sure where that's allowed, Chip.
That's why I was
I'm
asking.
really not.
Because I've looked into it and I can't figure it out myself. So I thought maybe you might have looked into it.
No, the law only talks about resolving the tie between the two people that tied.
That's only in the plurality vote, isn't it?
Yes, that's on the plurality vote section. That's the entire section. And the plurality vote is actually defined in 2.01.
And the Secretary of State gave the ruling to our voter registrar as a result of my question about the first week of this. They said, assuming a plurality vote, and then went ahead and voted that section. But it wasn't a plurality vote.
No, not according to the definition.
It says the majority that receives the most votes. And Paul is arguing that 5, which is basically 2/3 majority, is also a majority. But the law is always clear. They say majority when they're talking simple majority, 50% plus 1 or 1 more than half.
It's the same word used 212 other times in 286. Does it mean only a simple majority in each and every use?
Absolutely. When you're talking majority,
When everybody's in favor of it, it's not a majority. Well, that's the way majority is used there. It's the same word used 212 other times in chapter
No.
26.
majority, again, listen to me. I don't want to be a smart ass, okay?
That's right.
But I've been a lawyer for 35 and a half years. I spent 20 years in the county attorney's office.
Yep.
I know a little bit, okay? Majority, again, you go back to the fact that the law does not want more than half. Of course, you could have more than half because you got 7-member boards, 5-member commissioners' courts, that sort of thing. But you don't have greater than 50% plus 1 or 1 more than half coming up for election at any election cycle. It's called continuity of government. You want the most people there to help people out. That's the reason the county judge and the county attorney are not on the same election cycle. One's going to need the other to help. Okay? That's the reason you got half of the elected officials in the county coming up one time, half the other time. Not 5 and 2. 5 and 2 is 2/3 and 1/3. That is never meant that way in the law. Trust me.
And that's what we'll find out when we go through the process, right?
That's why we want.
What process?
We've already got an opinion on it.
Exactly, but Paul doesn't like it.
We have two
What's the
different
difference?
opinions from the same lawyer.
From whom did we get a legal opinion?
We haven't asked for a legal opinion on this.
Kevin, this all
We have it on-
Provided one in response to a media inquiry.
This all started like the day after the election.
Okay.
An email exchange between Paul and Kevin Reed. And Kevin gave an answer when Paul wanted to know what was the situation.
That's not right.
It's not.
No.
Why is
The
it?
media did an inquiry to Kevin Reed, and Kevin Reed responded to it. And
So-
he CC'd me on his response, so I was aware of what he was saying.
So they want this one?
And at
He
one
and I got
point,
into a dialogue about it, about why he was wrong,
Yeah.
and he didn't want to argue about it. But, you know, That's exactly what happened.
Why he was wrong.
because he said in his
According to
email,
you-
he was
according to you.
sending that to Ray in response to the media inquiry that was put to him.
Which media inquiry?
The one done by the press, the one that was reported the day after the election.
Thank you.
And the only opinion I've seen is the one the Secretary of State gave, which began by quoting the wrong kind of an election.
Yep.
That's why I think I'd like to see another lawyer do something. I believe that Kevin may already have his mind made up and not be prepared to look at the actual law objectively.
Are you just really insinuating that somebody that's practiced law as long as Kevin is using his personal opinion over what he thinks is the law? It might not be right, but you have to say that it's what he thinks is the right thing.
Did he help y'all write up the petition?
Yes.
See? That's he's,
I think you're going a little too far saying that he would, do that just to undermine Mr. Hart.
I prefer to find somebody else to find.
Well, how are you going to know? You got
That's the thing I was going to ask the attorneys when they came up here.
See, if we vote on this and we come to our own decision, then somebody can challenge that. We're not going to have a legal defense against it. If we have a lawyer tell us and we go with whatever that lawyer says, we have a legal defense against whatever somebody throws at us as soon as we announce whatever it is.
Which you have right now.
We have received a recommendation that we settle this. I mean,
I agree we should settle it soon.
yeah.
There's a motion on the table.
So, any more discussion?
What was the motion?
We'll flip the coin tonight. Motion made by Brett. I'm paraphrasing, I don't remember exactly what words we're using.
That sums it up.
I'll second it if it hasn't been seconded already.
Seconded by Ron. Any more discussion?
I'd like to hear it again. I haven't heard it much yet. The actual motion.
I make a motion to flip a coin tonight and resolve the issue.
So all in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed? Now, I can't make motions or anything, but I'll tell you what I would like. Is I would like for the Attorney General's ruling on this. And
That takes about 6 months. And they take just about every bit of it because I've asked for 4, 5, or 6 as a county attorney.
I'd be happy to give them a couple of months at least.
I'm not talking a couple of months. I'm saying, why don't we give them a couple of weeks, and if they don't make a response, then we'll have to deal with this. I can't believe it takes 6 months. I mean, it is the government. We don't have that all.
Chip, I'm telling you, they have 6 months.
Why can't we go through a state representative?
If we don't have an election until starting in February, what's the rush to do it in 2 months? If we're waiting on an
I
attorney
can't make
general.
motions. I can't.
If the attorney thinks it's good enough to send to the attorney general, and then he says he'll do it, if we've got that ball in motion, the election doesn't start, the process doesn't start until February, then what would be the rush of waiting?
I'm not willing to wait more than a couple of weeks. I said when we went into this, I'm so sick of it, I'm willing to take the one-year term and go down the road.
Well, it may not be solved at that point, then you have to deal with lawsuits.
I don't know, maybe we ask somebody if that will work, and if that'll work, then we'll have this
If you
solved.
get it from the attorney general, I don't think anybody's gonna argue with it.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the
I'm not
direction.
gonna argue with it if it comes back from the attorney general.
That's the direction I would like to see us head, but I can't make motions.
In fact, if we did send it to the attorney general, I would move that day that whatever we sent, that we accept before it ever gets here.
If somebody wants to make a motion,
But we're gonna have to get on that road with the lawyers.
but I think we can get a ruling from them. Now, whether we
Can't
get
do
an
it.
opinion or not.
You need an opinion from you have to go to the lawyers.
Well, I think Jay may have had a point. Let's find Mr. Sheffield and see if he gets a ruling.
Yeah. I don't know. Did anybody make a motion on all this, or we just talk?
I'd be happy to make a motion to move that we try to get an attorney general's opinion, how that would work out. Mine can help us with an idea on how to get it done easier.
All right.
It takes 6 months, believe me. They, you know, I've done it before. Now this, as far as I'm concerned, this is a very simple question. I would think they would be able to do something, but they have 6 months to reply. Every time I've asked for one, it's been pretty doggone close to 6 months before you see it. That's just experience, okay?
More experience than I had.
So
I'd like to start the process.
Well, I believe that I asked Kevin when we had our orientation for this particular deal. I was on a conference call with Kevin 2 weeks ago. I asked him for this particular deal. And I asked him in orientation if, you want to go back and look at the records, I said, can you forward your opinions from the Attorney General to us? And he said, sure. I assumed at that point you already had one. And so when we were on the conference call the other day, I said the same thing to him. He said, sure, I'll get it to you. And I've asked for it twice from him. So I guess we can send him something in writing this time because he's not listening to me.
So this is, you are of the opinion that we should get an Attorney General opinion from the new attorney
Yes, I would move that we
to
do
resolve
that.
this. I'll second that.
All right, so we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Nope, all in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. 6-0, and 1 abstain.